Hello, good morning. Welcome to Better Life. I'm Dr. Ayo Akinshete. Today, I'm going to talk to you from Psalm 24. Psalm 24, verse 1 and 2. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein. For he has founded it upon the seas and established it upon the floods. And established it upon the floods. My particular emphasis is on verse 2. God founded the earth on the seas and established it on floods. He founded the earth on the seas and established it on the floods. Now, this morning I want to talk about stability. Stability. The word established talked about stability. But you see, when you look at the most important words in that verse, it will give you an idea of why things are happening the way they're happening on the earth and what you should do about the things happening around you. God established something solid. He founded something solid on something liquid. He established something solid on something liquid. And then he established something stable on something unstable. Flood is not unstable. The sea is never stable. Flood is not stable. The sea is ever roaring, ever moving, and yet it was on top of that God founded the earth. Let me ask you a question. Where you are now, are you feeling the movement of the sea? Because no matter where you are, even if you live on top of a rock, down somewhere, there's water. God founded the earth on water. He established it on floods, not just water, on floods, on floods, on floods. For your information, the earth is rotating and revolving at the same time. Rotating and revolving at the same time. Rotating and revolving at the same time. That's why you have night and day. The earth rotates in 24 hours. It will turn every part of it towards the sun, and then it revolves around an orbit for 1 year. And yet, where you are not feeling all of that. The earth is revolving and is rotating, and you are not turning upside down. The earth is founded on the seas and established on the floods, and yet you are not feeling the turbulence. You are not feeling the turbulence. You are not feeling the roaring. Now, here is the point. The troubles of your life are not the reason you are not stable. The challenges of your life, they are not the reason you are not stable. You are not stable because there is no order. Order. God founded the earth on the sea, established it on the storm, but there is order. So in spite of the turbulence of the sea, in spite of the roarings of the flood, the earth is stable. Stable. Is rotating at the same time and is revolving, and yet it is stable. If you bring order to your chaos, the chaos will not disappear. The chaos will become a blessing. If you bring order to what you are going through, what you are going through will not disappear. It will become a blessing. It will become a blessing. Somebody stack up clothes inside a traveling bag, and the bag couldn't contain it. It couldn't zip it. So they brought the clothes out and folded the clothes one by one, one by one. Some of them, they rolled them, not necessarily folding them. They rolled some of them and they arranged them one by one. And ultimately, all the clothes entered the bag and the bag zipped up easily. What changed is not the bag. What changed were not the clothes. What changed was the arrangement. And that's exactly what God needs you to do in every trouble. That's exactly what God needs to do in every challenge. That's exactly what God needs you to do whenever you are face to face with issues, with challenges, with problems that seem to overwhelm you. You may need to sit down in the trouble and rearrange matters. You may need to sit down in the chaos and rearrange matters. You may need to sit down in the midst of this turbulence and organize things. Stability comes by organization. Stability comes by organization. Even when you want to pray, prayer must be organized. Prayer that will turn your turbulence to a blessing. Prayer that will turn your challenge to a testimony. Prayer that will turn your trial to a testimony must be an organized prayer. You can't just pray anyhow and expect wonders to happen by your prayer. Some people think that because they are in a fix, and because bad things are happening so fast, or because the issues facing them, they are so impromptu, that because of that heaven is going to respond to their prayer faster than others. No, no, no. God is emotional, but God is also not emotional. God won't respond to you simply because you prayed, or you cried, or you shouted. He will respond to you based, mind my words, he will respond to you based on lay down principles. Lay down principles, lay down principles, lay down principles. You must follow prayer principles. That's when prayer will be answered. Or else the turbulence you want to stop will continue to increase and it will stop. And yet prayer can generate power to stop it. So the principle we are talking about this morning cut across every facet of our lives. Are you going through storms? Are you going through turbulent times? Are you going through trying times? Those times did not come to put an end to your life. What they are waiting for is arrangement. What they are waiting for is order. You need to rearrange. You need to order things. And then it will surprise you. This storm has not come to put an end to your life. It has come to carry you to destiny. The reason it is not doing what it was meant to do is because there is no order. There is no arrangement. So ultimately, it will look like everything is working against you. Every time I look around the earth, every time I examine and re-examine the earth, believe me, except that we believe science and believe the Bible, it is almost impossible to look around and believe that the earth is rotating. It is almost impossible to look around and believe the earth is revolving. Your life can come to a junction when you bring order and arrangement, that the turbulence around you will look impossible. The troubles around you will look impossible. Look, there's nobody without a problem. Nobody. Everybody has problems. Even those who are looking up to, they have problems. Big men have problems. Rich men have problems. Multi-millionaires have problems. Billionaires have problems. And let me tell you the fact. They have problems at their level. So when you are running to someone to help you solve your problem, they have bigger problems than you. The reason their problem is not showing on their face, the reason everybody cannot see their problem, is because they are orderly. They are organized. Yeah, even in the solving of the problem, they are organized. Even in the way they are attending to the problem, there is organization. There is order. Let me say one more time. Where there is order, very soon, it will look like the storms present are absent. Where there is organization, very soon, it will look like the turbulence that was present was no longer present. And what has been introduced is just order, is just arrangement. You need to sit back, my brother. You need to sit back, my sister, and rearrange your life. Reorganize your life. There are marriages under pressure now. The only problem they have is arrangement, organization. They may need to reorder how they do things. You can't just do things spontaneously all the time and anyhow all the time and expect peace to reign. It does not happen like that. There must be arrangement. There must be order to everything you want to do. How do you start your day in your marriage? How do you present problems? How do you mention your displeasure? How do you present your hearts? All these things need arrangement. You can't just say everything at any time. Yes, you are being hurt. Yeah, you have displeasure. Yes, but you can't just put it on your spouse, bam, anyhow, at any time. You may need to look at the best time to say it. And then you may need to look at the best way to say it. Maybe you don't even need to say, you need to type it and send. So that your emotions will not override you and make you say things you were not planning to say, or make you say things, write things the wrong way. You can type it. What do they call that? Arrangement. Even your words will cause you less trouble if you can arrange them. What do lawyers do? They arrange statements, they arrange examples, they arrange history to prove a point. Let me say one more time. A stable life is not a life free of troubles. A beautiful life is not a life free of challenges. It is a life that can thrive in spite of the challenges. It's a life that can thrive in spite of the problems. It's a life that can progress in spite of the evils around. If you think evils are going to leave the earth because you prayed, you lied. Prayer will make you thrive in spite of the evil. Prayer will make you thrive in spite of the challenges. There will be challenges and yet you are thriving. In fact, it has been discovered. People who succeed irrespective of the problem. That's what they call exploits. And that's the realm God wants you to get to. Lord, take away all my problems. You are praying for death. The only way all your problems will go is to die. Your prayer should be, Lord, empower me to prosper in spite of the problems. Empower me to advance in spite of the turbulence. Empower me like you have empowered the earth. The earth is so stable and yet it is rotating and revolving. And yet it is established on waters. Founded on the sea, established on floods. And yet it is very stable. I have never heard that people fell up because the earth turned. It does not happen. It is stability. Now, you may need to have a change of orientation. God won't take your troubles away. No, He will empower you for the trouble. God won't take the challenges away. He will empower you for the challenge by helping you to reorganize your life. Now, you have to do it. Now, the power God wants to give you is what you are hearing now. God has sent me to you to give you this information, to bring this revelation your way, so that you can amend your way, so that you can reorganize your life, reorder your life, and then suddenly you will find stability. You will find stability where there was turbulence. You will find stability where there was chaos. You will find stability where there was trouble. Now, when God came to the earth in Genesis chapter 1, if you look at everything God did, believe me, it was just rearrangement. God must have created a beautiful earth the first time. When the earth became void, empty, and ugly, and darkness covered everywhere, when God came, He brought one element that probably was taken off or was not there the first time, light. And after bringing light, He began to rearrange. That was all He did. He rearranged. Okay, this water, part of it go up. The remaining part move to one side. Let there be dry land. Rearrangement. Rearrangement. Suddenly, ugliness became beauty because there was rearrangement. You may need to sit down. Your problem is not the problem. Your problem is that you are disorganized. You are disorderly. It's making your problem have power. It's making your turbulence have energy. Now, let me see as I try to round up. Your problem is not the problem. Reorganize your life. Sit down like God. What you have already, what look not enough, rearrange it. What look chaotic, rearrange it. It will shock you, the kind of changes that will happen. It will shock you. I'm going to stop here for today. Do you need to call? You need someone to talk to? We are always here for you. The number to call is 070 5666 7686. I love you.